What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Towa no Yugure, or the Dusk Beyond the End of the World, this time with episode 1. Of course, last week we did have a episode 0. If you did miss it, I'll put a link up somewhere above me. Was a pretty decent start, pretty interesting kind of world building. And yeah, just an interesting concept. I think the dude that kind of took a few shots for the experimental woman, we'll call her. I don't know any of the names, so apologies. But yeah, after her attempted assassination, he took a load of bullets. And I think they, just purely based off what I read in the synopsis, I think they kind of morphed him with an android or something, with the AI, with whatever she was working on. And he has awoken in, I think, a pretty distant future, judging from the setting. But yeah, it was a pretty decent first episode. Do let me know what you guys think about this one though down in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. I do wonder just how long it has been for the world to look like it does. And also, what happened to make them just kind of leave him here? As we still see the bullet wounds. One going all the way through his chest from the looks of it. Through the back and out the front. Oh, there's someone up there. So this is the woman in the visuals, who is, what I'm going to assume is, because she looks quite a bit like her, I'm assuming she is also an AI version of her former self from the past. She like integrated with it as well. I'm probably just talking nonsense there though. What language is that? And he can translate their language. The woman who sailed the soul. So yeah, we again we just saw him in real time, just understand their language instantly. I wonder what language they were speaking before that though. I didn't recognise that. Lord Akira. Got a big old chunk taken out of that. But he hasn't even actually moved locations, really. Looks like a nice little place. Seems like the world has gone quite a few years back, doesn't it? I feel like that's. I'm sure this is a great analogy, but when you like, if you think of like a bouncy castle, like a rubber or something, when you pull, they were just pulling on this kind of AI advancement in technology. They were pulling and pulling and pulling, and ultimately they end up kind of slipping out their fingers, and that ripple was kind of like bounced back to now the adverse of that of progressing so far and making so many leaps in technology is that that is reflected in kind of sending the world backwards, perhaps. Don't know if that analogy was any good. Probably just made that sound terrible, but hopefully you get what I'm saying there. Of like this is what happens when you step too far, when you pull too hard. The world is suffered massively. Although this might end up being better, like I say, suffered. This like kind of reset, I'll call it, might actually kind of be good for humanity, to be honest. These guys don't look Japanese, do they? Again, maybe yeah, maybe we've actually done. Maybe this is a better place than what was before. But yeah, as I said a minute ago, these guys really don't look Japanese whatsoever, do they? And clearly they weren't speaking Japanese. We met them. Yeah, she does. Good example, you're saying. Okay, so again, very clearly, some people have been caught with these relics of the past or something before and been put in trouble for doing so. Like, really, bro? Really? I mean, I know you're some kind of like legend or whatever, but you're kicking a little girl out of her bed, sleep on the floor. What was that about? How can you do that? Yeah, no computers, no phones, nothing here, is there? No electric, I don't think. Like, I wonder what his body runs on now. I've got plenty of questions like that, and questions about this, like the world, like what's exactly happened. But I won't ask any of them because there's too many. We just kind of got to go with it. But it is like a big question I do have is how is there no electric or anything akin to that, considering the past they did have. Like, we seem to have gone quite far back, seemingly, in terms of technology and advancements. But is that possible? I'm just going to pause so I don't miss anything. Is that possible? Like, if, for example, if every, I'm not sure I can make a good example of this, to be honest with you. If humans were like blipped out of the world now, but that's the thing. I was going to say, if humans like blipped out of the world, and just for example, say we go back 200 years, I do believe that humans would be able to recreate what we currently have in society to a reasonable degree. It wouldn't be exactly the same, of course, but we would be able to replicate that in the past, I think. But then again, none of the humans alive, I'm assuming right now, I'm not sure how long it's been exactly, were alive back then, so they wouldn't have the knowledge we would have if we went back in the past, for example. So it's and I know we haven't gone back in the past here again. It's clearly some time has carried on, but with the kind of relics of what happened, him being one of the relics, surely there's probably people smart enough to kind of use that and upgrade technology, right? Like, again, I've got plenty of questions in regards to the kind of economics of things and the technology. Like, would this ever happen if you nuked every human in the world and there was just two people and then humanity had to start again from those two people? What would it look like? Would it include the technology they once had, or would it be like this for however many years until we advance to that stage again? Again, a lot of interesting questions. We'll just go with the flow for now, though. Clearly, again, I think the people that got caught with these relics, I imagine it might be a thing of there is technology and there is advancements, but only certain people can have access to them. Maybe there's like an elite that can use computers and technologies, and these guys just like have no knowledge of it. I mean, I think we've got like two androids kind of walking about, AI android things kind of walking about right now, so that is like crazy technology in itself. I'm assuming she's like an android AI thing. Again, these guys are all very tanned, aren't they? Like, definitely not Japanese. I wonder what kind of settlement of people settled here. The concept of marriage is not a thing here. So it's essentially the same thing. So it's like a family. Similar to marriage, seems like. Hmm. Slightly. Why do they feel like whoever's in charge of what's going on right now? Why do they feel like that needed to change? Clearly, they're quite strict on it, considering what that girl said about not having too many people in a group. Like, why do they feel the need to limit? If they're going to have that concept of multiple kind of people in an LC, why do they feel the need to put a limit on it like that? Does it must might be dangerous if people kind of too many people kind of have the same thoughts? I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? You create something that feels more free and more open, yet you limit it. Like why? See, like, what the fuck's this? We got engines. We got we got. This is a weird world, isn't it? We got fucking lawnmowers. Yeah, no electric. Very strange, isn't it? Like suspicious. Like very suspicious. These are owl guys, I'm assuming. Fuck, could you look like any more of a bellend? And yeah, I was pretty much sure this was gonna happen. But yes, you did. Exactly what you had. Like another thing, I know it might seem small. The fucking lawnmower is crazy. This place is so primitive. Yeah, we've got a random lawnmower. On that note, like even just like things of he's wearing earrings, he's got piercings. Like you see them in some kind of olden cultures and such. You see a lot of like African tribes do things with like their lips. They have like these stone things they keep in there and their necks and so on. You do get things like that. I know, and that's been a part of history. But like these are very say again, I'm not 100% like clued up on it, but these feel very like recent kind of style wise, don't they? These kind of like rings like in the court, like on his eyebrow and the ear, like the style of earrings that he does have. They feel very recent style wise, don't they? So this guy strikes me as someone that is not like in the unknown of the time period that our main characters came from. Seems like someone right out of that time period. And again, maybe they're actually denying people the technology that they have access to. They're allowing them a thing like a lawnmower, but perhaps they're denying them like internet and computers and things of that kind. Yeah, again, I don't know if you can introduce more of an asshole archetype character, can you? So, like, they got an engine for the lawnmower. Yeah, they're rocking up here in horse and wagon. There's a lot of like contradicting things, isn't there? Like, they got guns as well. Like, the technology is all over the place. Jesus. Jesus Christ. It's not going very well. Got a taser as well. As I keep saying, the technology seems all over the fucking place. Fucking hell. Got things from our kind of time. Most of it seemingly very primitive. Yeah, we keep having these exceptions. Oh my god. I'm gonna eradicate them all. That kind of goes with what I was saying, I guess. This guy is such a fucking caricature, isn't he? Oh, damn. Got a lightsaber. Holy crap. I haven't seen any of the episodes, but I have seen clips of some of the Star Wars visions. Is it from the like, a Japanese take on Star Wars anime take? And they got some crazy lightsabers in those shows. She seemingly got like a whip one. I think I've seen that before though. Not sure how it would work. Don't you love that? Instead of just shooting, they have to like run over to it. Just fucking shoot. Copy. So yeah, she's some kind of AI robot as well. Okay. Seemingly a lot less conscious than he is, though. Well, not a lot less, but less. Ah, you know what? I'm gonna assume. Sorry to pause right here. Probably a bad time. I'm gonna assume that she was because she does. Like, we haven't actually seen her yet, but again, I've seen the key visuals. She looks a lot like the girl from the past that he fell in love with his sister, stepsister. Big difference. Yeah, she looks a lot like her. I am gonna just take a wild guess here. It's not really a wild guess, an educated guess, I guess. That she was created in the past to kind of like serve him, for lack of a better word, to kind of like fulfill his wishes. Kind of feels a little bit like what's that? Just a couple of seasons ago, I watched a series that had that same concept, and it was really quite good actually. I forget what it's called off the top of my head though. I remember the name of the song, "The Light from Across the Sea" or something like that. I really like that song from the final episode of that series. I forget what it's called. Apologies, but yeah, similar concept to that. She was kind of left behind for him after her death, perhaps. Maybe she implanted part of her personality herself in that. Who knows? Or just kind of guesses, to be honest. I was skimping on the gore. Bloody hell. Have you ever seen a PA work this gory? Holy crap. I haven't. Not that I've seen an awful lot, but yeah. Certainly not afraid of it, are they? Oh, fucking hell. That's fucking awesome. You guys know I love that stuff. Reminds me a little bit of the Resident Evil laser kind of kills where like the body just kind of flops over, being chopped into bits. Soundtrack's going crazy right now, by the way. Soundtrack's awesome. Holy crap. What are you about to do to this man? Holy crap. Got a railgun his ass. Jesus. Oh my god. What was that? Is that like nuclear? I got almost disintegrated before it even hit him. Jesus Christ. It's been crazy on that guy. Okay, that's pretty fucking awesome. Again, I'm not sure I've ever seen something like quite so ruthless from this studio. That was a lot more kind of ruthless than I'd ever expect, to be honest, from this studio. We'll get married. Okay. Yeah, again, it looks incredibly like her. I think the hair color's changed, but I wonder if that is actually like her. She definitely seems a bit different. Yeah, good second episode here. Again, so many questions, but it's inevitable with the premise, isn't it? Really. Yeah, good episode. Some nice action. The soundtrack was fantastic. The action looked nice. Again, I wasn't expecting it to be so gory, but pretty clean. Even just like the small stuff, they could have easily just like not put too much work in that area. But I really appreciate the fact that it looks so great. Like the anatomy of the people that were dying was like really cool. I will say, certainly, episode 0 and episode 1, yes, they're kind of like hand in hand, but they felt very different, didn't they? Just as like the type of show it was going to be. It was almost like down to earth kind of sci-fi about the advancement of technology. Now it's like futuristic lightsaber technologies all over the place, so post-apocalyptic. Like they're very different, weren't they? They felt very different anyway, for me. In the north after Doomsday, it does certainly feel very. They're going for it. They're like no holds barred. Like they're going out there. It certainly feels like that to me. Like it's a bit like jarring. Like whoa, from that first episode where it was again quite down to earth. realistic and so on. It's just like we're fucking a million miles away from that now. But yeah, good second well, first episode I guess, but good episode here. Again, feels a bit kind of whiplash, like, well, so much to get used to, so much going on right now, so much to kind of acclimatize to. Probably feels that way for the main character as well, whose name I still haven't got down yet, so apologies, I will just be calling them by what they are. But yeah, we met some nice people here. It was a nice little introduction to like the village and such. Like I keep saying, the technology really does seem kind of all over the place. So we've got lightsabers, we got a very primitive village here. Yeah, it has a lawnmower, crazy. This guy's got all sorts of gadgets, and even like the style of his earrings and piercings are very modern. So yeah, and like, again, big question: how long has it been exactly? What happened to this girl? Did she AI herself? It seems that way. Yeah, lots of questions, so hopefully we'll get some answers going forward. But yeah, another good episode. I think the soundtrack especially really stood out today as pretty damn awesome. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I'll see you next week with episode 2.